tell us your definition of effective teachers. You all have to listen, and you all help, because if you hear something and they didn't check mark it, you make sure they do it, okay? It's your responsibility too. Go ahead.
Okay. Our definition of an effective teacher includes safe and orderly classroom, which means that the child feels safe under your instruction. Also, you know that you're approachable as a teacher. You know, you don't want to be scary and have them feel intimidated to ask questions and whatnot. We believe that an effective teacher empowers their students by letting them feel that they can do it, and one good way would be positive reinforcement.
Ooh, good job. I see check marks.
Congratulating them and so forth. Setting high expectations. I think that's something we all got out of the lecture that Ms. Schmidt gave. Never lowering your expectations. All the expectations for every child are the same, of course, at different levels, but always keep them high. We want them to feel like they're able to aim higher. Acceptance in classroom, meaning that the child feels accepted, the child feels validated. For example, the name plaques that we made is a great way to make a child feel acknowledged and that their presence is acknowledged. Okay. Backup plans, that would just be part of being really organized. For example, if your first plan doesn't turn out the way it did, then you would come up with you already have a backup plan to fall back on.
Good job. Good job. I see you check marking.
Encouraging, which would be, you know, always reinforcing the child that they're doing well and so forth. Time management, for example, setting up a time frame for an assignment, and good communication. We're able to communicate not only with our students but also with administration, with our colleagues, and more importantly with our parents. Just so that every student can get the type of collaboration they need for their instruction. We also came up with sheltering English language learners. We believe that given the region where we teach, in all of our classrooms we're going to have students that are struggling with English, and it's important for us to have those, not so much skills to teach them English, but be able to shelter them and guide them and meet their needs in a different way because of their background knowledge being learned in a different language. To enforce that new knowledge, we need to be able to address those needs. To incorporate teamwork, do a lot of group projects. Motivate, and that we are also good listeners.
All right, round of applause for this. Look at something that the Green Group came up with. I love it. And one of the things, I kind of touched on it today, but our English language learners, one of the buzzwords out there besides sheltering is scaffold.
Okay, is knowledgeable of their content, meaning they know what they're teaching, and they're able to explain it or teach it. Prepares a good lesson plan, you know, following the curriculum. Again, knows what they're going to teach and what the kids have to, or what the kids need to learn. Cares about student success. We want the kid to succeed. We don't just want them to succeed in the classroom, but in life. We want them to, you know, not only be a good student, but be a good citizen as well. Is organized. Again, you have to make sure that everything follows a process so there's no chaos in the classroom. And is fair. That, you know, we treat everybody the same. We're firm, fair, and consistent with the way we present ourselves in the classroom.
You know. Now, elementary folks, that means we need to know math, science, social studies, English language, art, music, health, PE, whereas our generalist 4th through 8 is just math, science, social studies, English language, arts, but some of you may be more content specific, math, science, like our high school folks, but you need to walk the talk. Here, what is something that has not been mentioned?
We made a teach list. One, we made on task, make sure everyone stays on task. I know we weren't on task, we got on task. And then 2, in order for students to be a leader, you have to be a leader yourself. You have to be the role model. Take
them on a journey to this new course, and you don't want to be boring and such that you can be helpful, as well as energetic, and you have to love teaching. I don't know if y'all have first taught, if you don't love teaching, don't teach. If you don't know the kids, don't be around teaching. Monitor what you're doing. Be humorous, don't take everything so serious and reflective or think time. Supporting and open-minded with all your students and also parents as well.
You gotta love what you're doing. You gotta love it. Oh, I love what I did today. I did this and this and this and this and this and this. And I went home and I didn't have any papers to grade and I could enjoy my family. That's teaching. That's the love of teaching. That's one of the things, and we haven't touched on it, is that role model. That's your ethics. You're a role model for those boys and girls. If you're enforcing a cell phone policy in your classroom, you stay off your cell phone. That's not a role model for the boys and girls. So you have to remember all of those things.
Said that an effective teacher uses clear and positive language, positive attitude, and is very enthusiastic. Builds parent relationships, that's very important. Is an advocate and is flexible. Set the rules in the classroom structure.
Excellent, effective teachers, they will break rules to help their kids. And that's what effective teachers do. Let me give you an example. One of the girls I was interviewing, and this has just stuck out, I asked her the questions, have you ever broken a rule? Well, she's never taught, per se, in a traditional classroom. And she said, well, Mary, I've never taught in a classroom. However, I was a lifeguard, and these kids were playing a game. It was time for that break, and I'm required to, clear the pool. And I thought, 5 more minutes. So she broke the rule so the kiddos could continue playing and having fun. That's what effective teachers do. And I hate to say break, they bend it a little because the kids are having fun and they're enjoying it. That's what effective teachers do. You're going to make a T-chart because we talked about it. Effective teachers have specific roles. Let's start over here. What is that role and what is the characteristics? You got to pick one. Share.
We picked janitor. That might be a very unusual, but usually janitors know where everything is. They're basically a map of the school because they know everything. They also serve as guidance and they're the eyes. They always say to make janitors your best friends.
How about over here? What did you pick?
One of the roles we said was a chef, because a chef, they have to work with a certain amount of ingredients and they have to mix everything together, and they're given different, I guess on the pH scale, if you look at it, they're given different acids, different all these things, but they have to make it work. And it's kind of like with students. You're given students up here, students down here, students in the middle, students don't even know what scale they fall on, and so you have to make it work in your classroom.
Oh, I love that idea. And how about right here? Which one did you all pick?
The one we chose as a group was the cheerleader. Again, you need to be that cheerleader for all your students. You need to be that leader, that motivator, that coach. You just root them out so that they can get that enthusiasm.
Oh, I love that. Good job. Back in the back, my high school folks.
We went with translator.
Okay.
We believe that a translator helps the students understand the content. They take what the content is and explain it to them. And along with that, they also we're taking some and make them one classroom. One, trying to get everybody to believe in the same goal, the same mission, no matter what.
I love that. Last but not least, right here. Which one did you pick?
We chose Explorer because as a teacher, you're opening up new concepts and you're opening up the world to your students in your classroom. You're supposed to be the one who's knowledgeable about everything. So we're helping them be innovative and exploring these new topics, scaffolding upon things that they already know and making them more familiar, making them more excited to go out there and actually apply what they're learning in the classroom to their real life.
Oh, I love that. I love that.